In for Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, oh, the ball falls to Buckley. 1-on-1 with Etheridge. What a save!
Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for girls soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrett.
Ball comes in, a good hit! 1-0. Shot, another save from Etheridge. Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0. Burzma, with it for Vlasma. 3-0. Stewart Heiss with a shot. Upper 90 and in.
Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos.
Mario Canoe now finds Stock. Finds Stock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it, and it's in! The Red Hawks equalize! A beautiful day in Oklahoma City is not complete without major arena soccer on the National Soccer Network. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrett. Certified Lions, Springfield Demize, right here on this Sunday afternoon, second day of March. Happy to have you along as you're bringing you inside the Let's Play Inc. here in Oklahoma City. Just moments away from the start of this matchup where the Certified Lions are 6-1-1. The Springfield Demize are 2-6-1. Let's take a look here at the current Heartland standings. Put them on your screen. The Lions sitting atop the table. They've got 19 points. Kansas City sitting there with 17 points. Springfield there with 7. And your Wichita selection right there at the bottom of the table. So there you go, Dan. And last night we had a chance to watch the Certified Lions just roll all over the New Mexico Runners. And I say roll, Dan. I mean, they ran them right out of Oklahoma City, right back to New Mexico last night, winning by a massive score line. It was 16-5 was your final score.
They kind of redefined the term starting fast, and that was the MASL League 2. It was 4-0 in favor of Oklahoma City. 1 minute, 32 seconds into that contest. At one point of the third quarter, Oklahoma City was up 14-0. They ended up winning 16-5. And when they get going, they were scoring and scoring in bunches.
That they were. Moments away from getting this game underway. We'll step aside here for a brief moment, come back, get the starters for each side. Don't go anywhere. MASL 3 action coming up on the National Soccer Network.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Drives to the basket, and it's in!
The biggest games on the blacktop.
4-3. Of course! Borowski from 3!
We need you there.
Golden Grizzlies fans, get out your dancing shoes!
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it. We all have goals.
But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download, and re-listen to phone calls, and sending SMS text messages straight from your computer. And the best part is that all of this is available in the palm of your hand. Since reliability is one of your top priorities, we make it one of ours. So what makes us different? We don't just connect your phones. We power your connection with your customers, your team, and your next level as a business.
Beautiful outside, beautiful inside. Let's Play Inc. here in Oklahoma City. Certified Lions, Springfield Demize, Jonathan Turner, alongside my broadcast partner, Dan Stickrad. A busy afternoon of indoor soccer. As a certified Lion player makes his way out as they're announcing players, he is not alone. It is bring your child out onto the pitch day today here as little ones make their way out onto the pitch. Let's take a look here at the starting lineups for both these teams up on your screen. The Demize. These lineups are brought to you by N1 Goalkeeping. In goal here, Barroso for the Demize. Houseman, Oliva, Borges, Barker, and Ortega. Ortega leads the team, 12 goals, 2 assists. Certified Lions are led by goalkeeper Andres Fuentes, Alvarez, Grantham, Zaldivar, Tahir, and Diallo. Leading the way for the Certified Lions, 20 goals, 16 assists. Abu Diallo leads the side. So there's a look at your starters for today's game. We have a slew of games here on the network this afternoon. Those games include this one along with Major Arena Soccer League 1. Kicking off here in just a few moments. We've got the Harrisburg Heat and the Baltimore Blast. That game, again, kicking off here in just about 2 or 3 minutes from now. We also have got Kansas City and the Wave kicking off here at 5 o'clock. And we've got the Dallas Sidekicks and St. Louis Ambush kicking off at 6:05. So a lot of action here today. Excited to have you along wherever you're watching. We are moments away from getting this game kicked off. We'll step aside here one last time before this game gets underway. Coming up next, the kickoff.
Looks great.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Sacker down by the end line. Puts us across. Lose your eye! And just like that, 1-1. Now Elders may look to take a shot. He does, and he buries it! Steps up, and just like that, Reed Dennis comes up big. Lose your eye, 1-on-1. Lose your eye. Oh, he'll be taken down inside the box.
Knocks back in. Nationals got it. Bicycle kick for a goal!
Now Sacker. Sacker into the 18. Sacker shot. That goes off the goalkeeper's glove into the net. 2-1 here in the 32nd. This one played in. That's a good ball. And that one goes in. And just like that, the Nationals now have a 1-0 lead. Walensky puts his far post. One-touch opportunity. And what a great goal that was.
Joaquin Beatty of Ohio League.
Look at that shot from Sevi Roy. My goodness, Sevi Roy with a left-footed banger.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Drives to the basket, and it's in.
The biggest games on the blacktop.
4-3. Of course. Borowski from 3.
We need you there.
Golden Grizzlies fans, get out your dancing shoes. Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Welcome back into Let's Play Inc. Moments away from getting this game underway. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrad. It's MASL League 3 on the National Soccer Network. We're live on YouTube and on Roku. And today, this game, Dan, is a nationally televised broadcast on NSN.
Nationally televised, we have the top team in the Heartland Division, Certified Lions. They have been an explosive team this year. 94-69 scoring edge. Springfield Demize, a little bit the opposite. They've been outscored 91-60, and they stayed in third place in that Heartland Division. So, nationally televised game against one of the top teams in the country. We'll see how this all shakes down here over the next couple of hours. Again, we saw an MASL 2 game last night with the same franchise, the Oklahoma City Certified Lions. We talked about that in the pregame, a 16-5 victory over the New Mexico Runners.
That we did is looking there at Abu Diallo, the league leading in points so far this season. Sits atop the points leaders with 36 points. He's also right there, top assists, and he's currently fourth in goals with 20. So top player in the league on the pitch this afternoon. Certified Lions in their home blues. They'll be going left to right on your screen. And the Springfield Demize will be in their white and yellow. And we are officially underway. And Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrad. I would say buckle up because Certified Lions will score early and often. At least that's what we've seen so far throughout this season. This is their last home game of the year. Ball in now to Diallo. Oh, he'll be taken down, and a free kick coming up here. Is Diallo slow to get up? Looks like he was taken down by Owen Barker. No, but actually, I apologize. That was actually Oscar Leyva taking him down. Oscar Leyva coming into this game. The defender. This is his 5th game he's played in this season. They'll play it short. Now drop back to Alvarez. Johnny Alvarez played in last night's game. That's Tristan West. Now Diallo, he'll slot one inside the penalty area. Now a shot that goes off the boards. Settled back down, and ball put into the box, and that's Joel Barroso's first touch of the afternoon.
Kind of a unique contrast from last night to the night. Last night, the Certified Lions scored 4 goals in the first minute, 32, so we're already about to that point. No score as of yet. Again, that was an MASL 2 game last night, but the Certified Lions, they scored in their first 4 shot attempts of the first quarter and their first 3 shot attempts of the second quarter. They take a 9-0 halftime advantage.
Leyva gives the ball right back to the Lions, and then give it right back to the Demize. Ball played back to Houseman. Now Ortega, the team leading Ortega, 12 goals, 2 assists. Ball given right back now to the Lions. It's a great tackle by the Demize defender.
Great job recovering. That was a 2-1 break off the steal for Oklahoma City, but that was quickly snuffed out. Ball given right back to Springfield.
Alvaro Sanchez makes his way back out on the pitch. Barroso well outside his goal area. And now they're going to call a free kick here. Ball played down low, slotted in. Oh, that's touched in to the back of the net. So the opening goal goes to the Lions. Not sure who actually got the goal.
The pass was slotted in the middle by Ruben Torres, but couldn't tell. There was like 4 people on that far post in traffic.
Yeah, I mean, I know Ruben Torres might have got a touch on it. I wasn't sure if it was.
Did it go off a forward or a defender's leg? It was. They had 3 or 4 players all in the same proximity, but near that far post.
Nonetheless, a goal scored here by the Lions. Man, it looked like it hit off Alvarez. Or Sanchez. No, it was definitely Ruben Torres. Ruben Torres getting the goal. Man, he scored 7 goals last night. He can't. Well, I don't understand. You got to keep scoring more goals. I mean, I was going to say, share some of the wealth there, Torres. So that's only his 2nd goal in the MASL 3 I would say is underperforming, but if you saw what he did last night, I mean, he's got so many goals. He's got 22 goals in MASL 2. Off this near side, Quinones.
A lot of these teams in these leagues will have players that play multiple different levels. You'll see players in MASL 2 and 3. A lot of these are feeder teams in the MASL 1 teams as well.
So down in the corner, 1-0, 10:16 to go in quarter number 1. Voss. A floater into the box and right into the hands of Barroso. If you're watching, we'd love to know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Don't be afraid to let us know. I mean, if you type it in, the whole world will know, so we'll actually announce it. But it's now Diallo. Good look, middle, give and go. He'll get it back. He'll go down. Good tackle. Avast. Good pullback. Good work as Zaldivar now in the corner, looking to slide in towards Diallo. Good defensive work by Victor Vieira. Borges. Good work. Now Tahir up and in. Alexander Tahir getting his 11th goal of the season. And the Certified Lions are certifiable.
A left-footed shot, top shelf. Alexander Tahir, an absolute laser of a shot. Put his side up 2-0. About 6 minutes of action, 2-0 in favor of the homestanding Oklahoma City Certified Lions.
Oh, that's a great ball. That was a touch save up and over by Fuentes. That's his 84th save of the year. That's a big-time save.
Reacted just with perfect timing to get his left hand on that shot, kind of deflected over the crossbar.
And look at this, another ball that's slotted towards that open goal. Little back heel, Barroso with the save. This one cleared up into the netting. Zaldivar was there as well for the Lions. So 8:36 to go in this first quarter. Played short, Zaldivar. That one shot far post, hit off the head of Johnny Alvarez. Now played into the penalty area, and that's Leonardo Borges.
Lions are swarming that back line of the Demize.
And that's not typically the thing that you'd see with Lions. They don't typically swarm. They're more of a pack breed right now. Don't they hunt in packs? Or what's the right?
Yeah, they call them the Pride. You know,
there you go.
They hunt with the Pride. And
so what's another name for a pride? Or swarm? You can't really say swarm, can you? That's more like a
that's more of an insect, bees and wasps and things like that. They'll get swarmed by insects. They have clearly been the more aggressive team, nevertheless, whatever terminology you want to throw their way. Last night, tonight, it's been the same concept. The Certified Lions, they attack, and they attack in waves.
Lions are highly social animals that typically hunt in groups called prides, Dan.
Yes.
Cooperating, hunting enables them to take down larger prey more effectively, utilizing teamwork and strategic maneuvering. This ball is shot out. That was Sanchez. Now one touch put in the back of the net for goal number 3 was Michael Chavez. So just like that, it's now 3-0.
Great ratios for the Certified Lions. 6 total shots, 4 on target, 3 into the goal.
So take a look here at our first in-game break, brought to you by Salt Athletic. I don't know about you, Dan, but I want to breathe easier. And it's for us, we've been around soccer a long time, and I can attest to the fact that just my regular shoes smell. Don't take the whole sweating part of it, right? I mean, and to be fair, don't get me started on hockey. Like, hockey and lacrosse are probably the 2 sports where I think everyone would just be happy to just burn all the equipment after every game.
Well, you have to imagine, even football, they're wearing cleats, shoulder pads, all that stuff. Imagine being in high school or a college or a pro athlete, even playing football where it's 90 degrees out and humidity, beginning a training camp in August. The same concept with these types of things can be used for all different sports. But yeah, I remember growing up, I played a lot of different sports. I played, soccer, baseball, ran track and field. I experimented with some other sports as well. I remember the shoes and the bags would develop a certain kind of odor over time, and Salt Athletic is coming into play. So, a cool invention that could solve a lot of headaches, literally and figuratively, for parents near and far.
And you can purchase them for your pride. Lions, I just thought that.
I guess pun was fully intended, but yeah, you can purchase them for if you have multiple kids, young athletes playing, soccer, basketball, baseball, lacrosse, whatever the case may be. Those things definitely come into play, come into value.
Ball given right back to Ortega and the Demize. Good work by Zaldivar. Good one-touch play there between Houseman and Borges. Ball now played back to the goaltender, and Fuentes still had been called upon here once tonight, keeping in mind that last night their first goal that the Lions allowed in that MASL 2 game coming with 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. We were looking up at that point. I had our producers looking up. When was the last time a shutout occurred? As this one fired off the boards and now right into the hands of Fuentes. But when was the last time a shutout occurred in MASL 2? It was 2016. I mean, think about that. To not allow a goal in an indoor game like this,
where it's fast-paced and generally high-scoring to begin with.
Extremely hard to do.
Yeah, there was a point in the MSL 2 game last night with Oklahoma City. They were up 14-0 midway through that third quarter.
So Roxanne Erickson says, Nike's plastic in their cleats stinks so bad in American football shoulder pads and equipment when they sweaty smells like stale Doritos. The question is if they're still, are they still edible? Do you still eat the stale Dorito?
I'm trying
to.
trying not to have my.
Diallo looking to get his 21st goal. That one's off the boards.
Trying not to have my taste of Doritos tainted in any way, shape, or form, but that pretty much did the job.
Roxanne Erickson is watching from Piedmont and rooting for the Certified Lions coach Bruno. Certified Lions are coached by Steve Scott and Ricky Capello, and medical trainer is David Potter. Ball won back by the Demize. Borges, good ball. Defensive work by the Lions. That was Navas. Look to play this up off the boards and was looking for Alan Kentner, and I think Roxanne was saying ew to whether or not you eat the stale Dorito. I'm just saying with how bad my kids are about closing up the bags, that usually by the time I get to them, they're not fresh. Right? I mean, that's right. I mean, I'm just saying that, you know, if you live in a household with other people, they don't oftentimes close the bag. They don't have those potato chip clips things or whatever. They don't have those. You know, my wife did buy this cool sealer thing recently, though, where she seals them. That's really cool. But by the time we get to it, it's bad. You know, so I just throw that out there. Oh, Coach Brino, meaning my 11-year-old son. This one's shot and fired and saved by Barroso. I think she's talking about Bruno da Silva, the goalkeeper who played last night for the Certified Lions. Appreciate your watching and tuning in, though, nonetheless. .328 to go here in this opening quarter. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickerat. Another game happening right now in Baltimore. Barroso has it right at midfield. We'll bring that in here in a moment and show you what's happening between the Baltimore Blast and the Harrisburg Heat. There it is right there. Baltimore currently leading 2-0 here in the first with 4:14 to go. So a good look there. Harrisburg in the white kits, Baltimore in those red kits. Is bring it back into the live action here.
It's been all Oklahoma City at this point. They're up 3-0. They've only given up one shot on frame here in the first quarter. We're down to 2:36 left. Quarter number one. Again, Oklahoma City 6-1-1 on the year. They are in first place in that Heartland division and trying to.
Now, Solis will fire a shot that's off the boards right now to Sanchez. It's Alvaro Sanchez. Paul played in the middle of the park right to Barroso. Demize will look to make the way out of trouble, and a good ball slotted through traffic, but good work. That's one back by Alvarez. Lions will slow it down here a bit. Voss will make his way out. Plays it into the corner. Slotted in towards Diallo. Now Solis will fire a shot that goes just wide.
Oklahoma City, they've done a great job maintaining possession in this game. Switching fields, getting everyone involved in the attack.
Good little give and go was Tahir, who scored a goal here a few minutes back. Could not get a shot off. Now Borges. He'll fire one. Good kick save by Fuentes. Pulled back. It's now Diallo. Up that far side. Good cutback. Back post. Diallo in. So 43 seconds to go. Diallo gets his 21st goal of the season. Good ball slotted across. I believe it's Quinones, number 20, who pushed that ball.
Kind of give and go, and Quinones sent it back to the far post. The Owl there to cash in the paycheck. 4-0 advantage here late in the first quarter. Eerily similar to last night's MASL 2 game where Oklahoma City has just dominated from the get-go. Up 4-0, only conceded 2 shots here in the first quarter. We're down inside 20 seconds.
Quinones' second assist of the season. Demize here looking to respond. Ball shot far post wide of the target. And that will bring this first quarter to an end. And so far in this one, just like last night, it's been all Demize. As a matter of fact, in that first quarter last night, the Certified Lions finished 5-0 in that first quarter. It's 4-0 here in favor of the Lions. We head to the second. Lions up 4-0.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Drives to the basket, and it's in!
The biggest games on the blacktop.
4-3. Of course! Borowski from 3!
We need you there.
Golden Grizzlies fans, get out your dancing shoes!
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Welcome back into Let's Play Inc. here in Oklahoma City, heading to the second quarter as the Certified Lions are up 4-0. Going to turn alongside Dan Stickrat as Roxanne continues in the chat. What a blowout last night was. Roxanne also goes, woohoo. So we're back underway. Ball given right back to the Lions. Good work, Kentner. Little ball slide over, gets past Barroso. Tried to find Kentner once again. Demize able to get out of that situation, but now here come the Lions once again. That's Torres will fire a shot through traffic, does not make its way. Ball in the corner. Chavez loses the ball, and then Demize player will go down, and in come the referees. Clock comes to a stop. So back underway. Barroso played up that far side, but goes right into the box. Now played back. Again, if your first time stopping by, hit that subscribe button, like us, and share this with your friends and family. Oftentimes we say you can share it with your enemies too. That's fine too. Is this ball played right up back up the middle? Good work. Leiva. He'll poke it through the middle and right into the hands of Fuentes. Well, and somehow Solis gets the ball. He'll take another shot. He'll lay it off for Navas. Navas will fire one. Kick save by Barroso. Torres tried to find Navas, and good defensive work. This ball played up, and then one back by the Demize. Solis, great work by him. Here he comes, got his Aldivar. Solis will fire one up past Barroso, but off the crossbar. Demize under consistent pressure here from the Lions. And this one makes its way into the back of the net past Barroso. I believe Zaldivar is the one that put it in. This is now 5-0. That's Zaldivar's 9th goal of the season. And the Lions have a 5-0 lead. You know, Dan, just so you know, we offer 15-minute breaks once every 12 hours here at the National Soccer Network. This ball is played in the penalty area. That one's shot, but does not make its way through traffic. A lot going on here at NSN is in full build-out mode here with our new setup, and a lot more of that to come here in the coming weeks as Aldivar in a good battle with Borges, and good win back. Now, Sanchez pulls it back for Tahir. Back to Sanchez. Sanchez pushes one aside, looking for Zaldivar. And good work by the Demize, at least to shut down that attack for the time being. Hey, if you do want to commentate, though, if you want to be involved in what we're doing, you love being a part of the game of soccer, as Sanchez is taken down hard right outside the penalty area. That'll bring the clock to a stop. But if you want to be a part of what we're doing, love the game of soccer, we want to hear you on our next broadcast. And how do you do that? I'm going to put in the chat section here on YouTube how to get in contact with us.
We have been currently talking to freelance play-by-play personnel.
This one makes its way in the back of the net. Is that one put in by Johnny Alvarez? He'll get his 3rd goal of the season, and now it's 6-0.
Two quick goals to start the second quarter. The Certified Lions will go up 6-0.
The great thing about being part of our team is you don't have to be here. We're located in Michigan right now. That's where we're calling this game from. The great news is you can be in your home calling a game as early as tomorrow night if you wanted to. That's kind of how this thing could work. And I don't mean that to be like you can just start working tomorrow, but I mean that's how quickly we can get you up and running in your own home environment. Now Diallo, who's already got a goal here in the afternoon, finding Navas. Navas will play it off the boards, right back to Diallo. Diallo puts one up and in, getting his 2nd goal of the afternoon. It's now 7-0.
3 shots to open up the second period. The Certified Lions did the exact same thing in the second period last night. They have extended their lead here today to 7-0 over the Springfield Demize. Another incredible start. 10:45 left, second period. 13-3 in total shots in this game. The Certified Lions have controlled possession. Outshot their opponent by a significant margin. They have been the more aggressive team attacking, and their defense has been unheralded, just giving up 3 shots and 2 shots on frame in this game.
Great shot there taken by number 21 and Chavez. Diallo Up this near side. That's Jordan Houseman. Houseman, good move. Look to fire one through traffic. Another shot. Good work. Now it's Chavez. Chavez will play it up here to Diallo. It's good ball movement. Played back now to Fuentes. 9:37 to go here in this second quarter.
It's a prime example of that ball movement. 4 players touched the ball in a matter of 10 seconds, including the goalkeeper. They are using every available inch on this field, moving the ball around.
Navas. One back by the Demize. Houseman will play it up. Navas and Ortega get tied up. Clock will come to a stop. They'll play quick, though. Ortega tracks it down in the corner. That's Kentner. Ortega gets past Fuentes, but that's cleared away. Good work defensively by the Lions.
Closed out defensively in a hurry to get the ball down to the other end of the field in a matter of seconds.
Solis, good work in the corner. Finding Torres. Back to Navas.
Again, Torres has a goal today. He had 7 last night in the MASL 2. We talked about that in the pregame. 16-5 victory for Oklahoma City over the New Mexico Runners. The Lions were up 9-0 at the break last night. They are up 7-0 here, the midpoint of quarter number 2.
Settled down by Torres. He's got a goal this afternoon. Solis lays it off. Navas. Navas with the left foot in the back of the net. The owner of the Lions owns that shot. 8-0.
8-0, and they've done it spreading the wealth around. 7 different goal scorers here today for the Certified Lions. .8:20 left.
So in the first quarter, they scored 4. And here in quarter number 2, they've already scored 4. We'll reach the halfway point here in just a moment. One's fired up and into the netting, so that one will be out of play with 7:56 to go in the quarter. As we have made our way to the media timeout, we'll stay here, though, for another in-game break. Let's take a look here at the Lawless Brunch. It is Sunday. It is still time. Well, I lied. It ended at 3 o'clock, so probably not. But every Sunday, Lawless Brunch, Granite City. Go to gcfb.com. You can click on that or scan the QR code on your screen. Don't ask me how to do that if you haven't watching this on your phone. I don't know how to answer that question, but if you're watching on TV, you certainly can. Scan that QR code and learn more about Granite City Food and Brewery. And there's 16 locations nationwide. While we're here, let's take a look at what's happening also in our double action presented by Granite City. Right now showing you, right now it's 5-0, so Baltimore is having an afternoon right now at home with Harrisburg. Just keep an eye on this matchup.
Challenges again. Goes right this time. Shoots.
Good shot and save. That's a look at the double action here presented by Granite City.
Of course, those games are also on our YouTube and Roku TV and app channels.
That they are. A lot more exciting announcements coming here later this week. Our camera right now is not necessarily facing the field of play the way we would like it to, so hopefully that'll get changed here in a moment. But there you go. Coming up here in just about an hour and 20. Another game coming up as the wave, as this ball fired through traffic. Houseman there with a touch. Fuentes gets his hands on it. Good battle is now. Ball put right back up the middle. Diallo looking to play this one up, just too far ahead. Looking for Esteban Ramirez. Borges up this near side. Good work by Zaldivar. Ball played up that far side off the boards. Good work by Houseman. Looks as though only the Demize have 3 subs, maybe 4.
Not a ton of players have made the trip down from Springfield, Missouri for this game. They already trail 8-0 with 6.5 minutes left in the quarter number 2. They will be forced with some tired legs here come the second half.
Which makes it even that more difficult for this team to find a way to get back in this game if you're down a few players, right? I mean, even to this point, getting back wouldn't necessarily be it, but at least trying to create something offensively. We saw this last night with, obviously not the Demize, but with the New Mexico Runners. They found some legs in the fourth quarter. In the second half, they scored 2 goals in the third quarter and a bunch of goals, 3 more goals in the fourth quarter.
Oklahoma City, by that point, they were up 14-0 mid part of the third. They kind of called off the dogs a little bit there. Weren't playing as much energy, but took a long time for the New Mexico Runners to kind of get untracked offensively. They were having shots, especially quite a few in that third quarter, but they just struggled to put a lot of their shots on frame throughout the majority of that contest. And defensively, that they have just struggled all season. They gave up 16 more goals last night.
A ball that went just wide of that far post. And a free kick has been called. Blue card has been awarded. So a penalty has been awarded to Borges and the Demize. So he'll make his way into the sin bin. And for the next 2 minutes, Lions will be on a power play, which this season they are, well, they don't have their percentages in the power play, but this team scores on average 11.8 goals per game. So they're right on brand for how many goals they end up scoring. The shot, a ball played in the corner, ball back post. Quinones, number 20, puts it in the back of the net. It's now 9-0.
So 5 shots on frame in the second quarter, and all 5 have been converted for goals for Oklahoma City. They have become a very opportunistic team in the offensive end of the field here today. If you are a fan of the Certified Lions at MASL 2 or 3, kind of a fan of just soccer in general down in that part of the country.
Actually, I think that goal was scored by number 21, Chavez, not Quinones. In the last 4 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Off the boards. Played back. One back by the Demize, and here they come. Good work by Navas, who plays it back to Fuentes, and Chavez. Scott Zaldivar, and now Torres puts it past Barroso. Now we're an even 10. His second goal of the afternoon, his 9th of the weekend.
Number 14, Nayland Kentner with the helper on that 10th goal. So over the course of 2 games regarding 2 different teams in the Certified Lions organization, they have outscored the opposition 19-0 in the first half of these games. There's still 3 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the quarter number 2 of this match. But it has been an offensive display weekend for the Oklahoma City Certified Lions.
Navas. A fire one. It's a good shot. Rebound picked up and put home by Quinones. So that one was Quinones. It's now 11-0. My goodness. So far, they scored 7 goals in this second quarter. They scored 4 in the first.
And they've done so on 9 total shots in this half. 6 goals in the quarter of 7 shots on frame. It's been an offensive explosion for the Certified Lions, and they still have time to add on some more here in the first half. 2:20 left.
If you are asking, no, there are not mercy rules in MASL. We will complete this game in its entirety. Barroso will play this one deep and into the netting. The clock will come to a stop with 2:19 to go in the half.
I think beyond the lower levels for young age groups for club or different levels of high school, depending on what state you are in, mercy rule does not take effect in most levels of soccer.
In high school, it does.
In most states, there is a mercy rule involved there.
And it's 8 goals after 40 minutes. It used to be 8 goals after 50 minutes. But now it's 8 goals after half. So if you're at halftime, it's 8-0. Your night's coming to an end.
The National High School Federation, there used to not be a mercy rule at all until the late 1990s when that came into effect in most states.
I like the idea, though, especially in high school, because, again, the varying degree of talent, right? You know, there are games, though, where teams have scored 40 goals in a game, Dan. We saw 30 goals in a game in Michigan here not too long ago, and that all happened in the first 40 minutes of the game. So it's unbelievable to think about that.
There was an instance about 6 years ago. One player in northern Michigan scored a national record, 16 goals in one high school varsity game.
Down went Solis. One back. He'll get it back. Diallo up this near side. Solis finding Diallo. Diallo will fire one far post, 12-0. As Roxanne Erickson goes, we'll just call it a good old butt kicking.
Every bit as much and more. 2 days in a row, this organization has been able to almost finish at will in these 2 games.
I love Roxanne's take on this. I feel like you have to learn to be a good loser as well as a good winner. Mercy rule should not be a thing. Step up. Okay. All right. I can get behind that. I do think, though, that when you're talking about playing against varying levels of this shot is fired up off the boards, varying levels of talent, that could be a factor.
You can see it. Sometimes you're at a high school game or a youth club game, and there might be huge disparity. And I'm talking about a high school team might be like nationally ranked, and they have tons of D1, D2, D3 kids on their roster. But in their state tournament, it might draw a team that has hardly any club players whatsoever. And those games can get ugly and get ugly fast. And a lot of times those teams will score a couple goals, get their league, and they'll take.
You're not going to see a 30-goal winner in Metro Detroit or in most of your metropolitan suburban communities. But you start getting up into the areas where there might be a team that's really good, out there in the boonies, so to speak. This one's headed far post off the crossbar, ball loose, and that will end this first half. We'll continue that conversation, here on the other side of our halftime break. But it's 12-0. 8 goals being scored here in the second quarter, 4 in the first. The Lions, and just like we did last night, their opponent scoreless going into the halftime break. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue with this MASL 3 matchup right here on the National Soccer Network.
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download, and re-listen to phone calls, and sending SMS text messages straight from your computer. And the best part is that all of this is available in the palm of your hand. Since reliability is one of your top priorities, we make it one of ours. So what makes us different? We don't just connect your phones. We power your connection with your customers, your team, and your next level as a business.
Go get it, Doug.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Drives to the basket, and it's in!
The biggest games, on the blacktop.
4-3. Of course! Borowski from 3.
We need you there.
Golden Grizzlies fans, get out your dancing shoes.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Sacker down by the end line. Puts us across. Lose your eye! And just like that, 1-1. Now Elders may look to take a shot. He does, and he buries it! Steps up, and just like that, Reed Dennis comes up big. Lose your eye, 1-on-1. Lose your eye. Oh, he'll be taken down inside the box.
Knocks back in. Nationals got it. Bicycle kick for a goal.
Now Sacker. Sacker into the 18. Sacker shot. That goes off the goalkeeper's glove into the net. 2-1 here in the 32nd. This one played in. That's a good ball. And that one goes in. And just like that, the Nationals now have a 1-0 lead. Walensky puts his far post. One-touch opportunity. And what a great goal that was.
Joaquin Beatty of Ohio League.
Look at that shot from Sevi Roy. My goodness, Sevi Roy with a left-footed banger.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download, and re-listen to phone calls, and sending SMS text messages straight from your computer. And the best part is that all of this is available in the palm of your hand. Since reliability is one of your top priorities, we make it one of ours. So what makes us different? We don't just connect your phones. We power your connection with your customers, your team, and your next level as a business.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Drives to the basket, and it's in!
The biggest games on the blacktop.
4-3. Of course! Borowski from 3!
We need you there.
Golden Grizzlies fans, get out your dancing shoes!
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Your Oakland University Golden Grizzlies.
Drives to the basket, and it's in!
The biggest games on the blacktop.
4-3. Of course! Borowski from 3!
We need you there.
Golden Grizzlies fans, get out your dancing shoes!
Looks great. Oh,
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download, and re-listen to phone calls, and sending SMS text messages straight from your computer. And the best part is that all of this is available in the palm of your hand. Since reliability is one of your top priorities, we make it one of ours. So what makes us different? We don't just connect your phones. We power your connection with your customers, your team, and your next level as a business.
Welcome back into Let's Play Inc. here in Oklahoma City. Wrapping up the halftime break as Certified Lions are just rolling here this afternoon. If you look at both teams, what they've done this weekend, they've combined for 28 goals, allowing just 5. So not a bad weekend at all here for both these teams. But you know, before we left for the halftime break, Roxanne had talked about but that is why you have first, second, and third strings. And while I couldn't agree more that obviously that's why you do have these different layers of talent on your team, it doesn't mean that all teams have the equal first, second, and third strings. And again, there's probably a different. I'm a firm believer that you put your team out of their misery if you don't like take your foot off the gas. You just keep going. But I know Dan, I just don't think you can sit here and say that every team, regardless of their strings or regardless of these situations, will have a clear understanding of what that actually means. But either way, that's why you play the game. And on any given Saturday or Sunday, the score could be whatever it is. We're back underway. The Lions in their blue home kits now going back left to right here to start this second half. Demize in their white and black and yellow kits going right to left. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrat. 30 minutes down, 30 minutes to go. As Solis now collects the ball up this near side. Diallo. Alvarez. Good little dummy. Diallo will fire one. Hits off the boards. Goes right back to where it came from. And now see Ortega. Met by pressure by Cody Grantham. Oh, that's a great move. Zaldivar puts it far post from Grantham and misses the target.
Just like the first half, Certified Lions all over that back line of the Springfield Demize. Controlling play, moving the ball from side to side, get everyone involved. They're creating opportunities.
Ramirez, give and go from Solis. Ramirez looks to slot it towards that back post. Diallo will track it down, and that's poked away. Roxanne, that's the challenge, right? If you were were the same level, that would make for a very exciting game, and there would be no goats. No, but again, you start talking about the different levels of league, right? You can't. The separation between the first team and the MLS, and the 20th team, 25th team, 26th team, there's not much that separates them from talent. What separates them is the culture, the personalities, the locker room. I mean, there's not a talent gap. There's not a tremendous talent gap between, the LA Galaxy and the New England Revolution, right? What's the talent gap between MASL 3 Certified Lions and the Springfield Demize? And I think that's what it is. It's not so much, and I agree with you, Roxanne, that, the level and all those things, right? But you go to the Premier League, what separates Tottenham from Chelsea? Is it significant talent? They all are spending up the wazoo on money. So as now look at this Demize now on the counterattack, and that's a shot off the boards right into the hands of Fuentes. So, yes, talent, you want to have varying levels of talent, but when you get to the highest levels in this country, as this ball is poked past Barroso, as the Lions continue their pressure.
But it's really that way on all levels of soccer, and I'll give an example. Just last night I was looking on Twitter, and I saw MLS Next. It's the highest level of youth club soccer in our country. And there was a game, and it was just two teams from different states. I think it was maybe U15 or U16, but it was a 7-0 decision. So even at those levels, sometimes you are going to have disparity of talent levels. I mean, it depends on where you're at in the country. There might be, certain metropolitan areas where there's so many good club kids, playing different levels, and a lot of these are going to create a lot of great matchups. So sometimes you might have a team that's in a lesser populated area. They might not have the facilities or the coaching. They might be in that league or different levels of the club soccer, pyramid, but they might not have the talent.
And I also think, too, that, obviously the Demize are shorthanded today, right? They don't have a full bench. You look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5, 6 players on their bench. The Demize have the Lions have a much larger pool of players to pick from here today. That makes a difference when you start talking about it from the standpoint of staying fresh in a game like this. So there's a lot of other factors that go into that. You don't know. And what I would say, too, is while MLS Next is, especially on the boys, obviously the boys side of soccer, it is supposed to be the best youth league in the country because it feeds right into our MLS programs, right? So we know that. But does that mean that all MLS teams are treated equal? As Diallo, it's a great spin move, wide open net, and it's in. He'll get his 4th goal of the afternoon, and it's 13-0.
And that was almost from an impossible angle. He caught the ball, he kind of shielded it, turned around, did a 180, and tucks it in just below the crossbar near the far right corner. That was a great individual effort. Abdul Diallo, 13-0, just 10:45 left in the third period. So we have a lot of time left as the Oklahoma City Certified Lions keep padding onto their lead. Again, in last night's MASL 2-game, Certified Lions were up 14-0 midpoint of that third quarter. We said earlier today, as we were setting up for this broadcast, it won't happen again. Well, boy, was I wrong.
As Diallo lays it off to Grantham, and they'll work this around. Again, I think it's important to say that, especially at this level, there should not be a mercy level. As this ball played, a kick saved by Fuentes, he'll get it right back. At this level, there should not be a mercy. Of course not. You're talking about amateur space. This is semi-professional. You're talking about two divisions down as this ball played quickly back and through traffic and up off the boards. So of course not, there shouldn't be a mercy in this. But you start talking about the younger levels where I don't know what you learn from losing big. I know you lose from I know you can learn from losing, but I don't know if you lose 16, 17, 18, 19, 30-1. What do you lose from that? So I guess that's part of it too, right? What is the educational component of learning how to lose, getting smacked every game? I don't know if there's some love there that you get from the sport that you would get if you only lost by a couple of goals versus a bunch of goals. So it's always good, I guess, to evaluate those things for what they are.
I mean, it could be a little bit disheartening if you're ever on a team in sports where things aren't going well, you don't have a win, or the wins are very hard to come by. Later in the season, you're out of maybe a playoff berth, or you're looking at your potential playoffs, and you don't stand much of a chance to advance deep. Players start you're preparing as much. If they're down a lot of goals, particular game, the effort isn't always there.
Good job by Barroso to come out and snag that ball. It was Torres, Solis, and company were there as we're 8:21 to go here in this quarter. With our 11-year-old, I feel like it's the most discouraging. As look at this, is out comes Barroso as Kentner. Now Solis looking to slot it into the box towards Torres. That's picked back up by the Demize. When we have 25-0 and the scoreboard only reflects 10, I think takes the excitement down. Is that, I'm assuming you're saying that when it gets to that point, they just stop counting the goals? I'm assuming is what I'm reading maybe into this. With 7:45 to go, the clock will come to a stop. I just want to make sure I'm clarifying that. There's a shot by number 3 for the Demize. That was Moses Jacobo. That's the one thing I was just saying. Maybe you can. My guess is that's what you mean. Yeah, that's mercy for indoor here at age bracket. So instead of you guys ending the game, you just keep playing. You just stop keeping track of score. That's fair. They do that at, I think, a lot of youth levels. As Solis will pick this one up. Loose ball is Aldevar now. Ball played back. Diallo. That's a kick save by the Demize defender. I know that there's that is the quote unquote kind of thing that from a youth standpoint. I know that in some environments they don't even keep score, right? That to me doesn't make any sense. As we are officially in our in-game break here in this third quarter. This one is going to be brought to you by Spectrum VoIP. Tech essentials for the modern business. Mention this ad and receive your first 2 months of service for free. New phone equipment, call 615-601-3007. That's 615-601-3007. This can be serviced nationwide. And get your 2 months free. Operator is standing by right now if you pick up that phone and make that call, 615-601-3007. And I'm not a fan of the not keeping score at all. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I also am not a fan of like everybody gets a participation trophy. So I think that's kind of strange too. But I mean, if you want to get everybody, hey, if as part of joining a league, there's different levels of something that you could receive for being part of the league. Again, I would say get rid of participation trophies. Have your winners. Your championship game where two teams get trophies. And then ultimately, hey, maybe offer up, the sportsmanship award for the team, right? There's you can create team awards that can be voted upon, so that's not necessary. You get your medal, but you get it for not necessarily winning, but being maybe a good steward of the game or things like that. But I just don't like the idea, Dan, that you're not going to keep track of score on any level. That makes no sense to me.
I wonder if there's like a cutoff for age groups. Let's say your kids are just getting involved with sports. Let's say you have a son playing soccer, or t-ball and baseball, whatever the case is. They're 5-6 years old. They may not be even keeping score in their own mind. They might not be sure what's going on. They're just running around having fun. But a couple years later, once they get a couple years into elementary school, it gets a little bit more competitive. There's more age brackets or choices to be made, and then you get into late elementary school, into middle school, and by then kids are playing decent high-level travel ball in different sports. So, but at what age group do you not keep score? Is it 5 and under, 6 and under, 7 and under?
I don't know I don't think you should ever not keep score because in life they don't turn the scoreboard off. In life, right? I mean, you everything you do is they track results, right? I mean, everything is. So I'm just saying, I don't think you turn the scoreboard off. So for example, my thought process: you don't turn the scoreboard off. You just keep the clock going. In football in high school, they don't mercy you out, but they turn the score. They stopping the clock. The game will go out faster that way. So no more stopping the clock, right? So keep the game going. Don't stop anymore. Ball goes out of touch, fine. Just keep it rolling. No more need to stop the clock. If you need to do immediate timeouts, I get it. Fine, fair enough. But this game could roll on. I mean, every time there's a stoppage, it's 30 seconds, it's 40 seconds, it's 15 seconds, and that causes the game to delay even more as this one fired up into the netting. So just don't stop the clock. That solves a problem in this environment. You get into the youth environment. Okay, fine. If you don't want to give mercies out in high school, again, don't stop the clock. Nothing stops the clock. If it's 8-0 at halftime, just.
And there's a lot of high school football and high school basketball games, and there's a lot of disparity, between.
And that's what they do. They don't mercy out. They just stopping the clock.
It's 35 or more points in football. I believe the National High School Federation rule is that in the second half, that clock will keep running if it's 35 or more points, and you see that quite a bit. You'll see basketball games right now across the country. Most state governing bodies are holding their boys and girls basketball state tournaments, and you will see some disparity of talent. Well, you'll see a team beat someone else 91-37. You also see incredible triple overtime games as well, so you never know what you're going to get from state to state and from area to area of each state. And
Torres firing a shot from over midfield, almost finds the back of the net. The question always becomes, what are you afraid of? The clock will come to a stop here. Like, what are you afraid of, right? Well, the key is in high school soccer here in Michigan, it didn't used to have a penalty shootout. You had a penalty shootout everywhere up to the state semifinal, and then in the finals, if you were tied, you'd go into overtime. If you were still tied, it was co-champions. And the reason that is my understanding was a number of years ago, this ball picked up by Leyva. He'll keep battling. Borges will fire a shot, but Fuentes comes up with it. Is that there was a player that felt that pressure back at some point in time many, many years ago and took their own life, is what I understand here in Michigan. That's the reason why they did that.
It started back in, I believe, 1988 to 2000 is when they had the co-championships in boys soccer and girls soccer in Michigan. I'm not sure how many states had that rule in effect at that time, but then by 2001 that rule went away. But yes, there was talk back in the 1980s here in Michigan where a player was involved in a shootout and I believe did take their own life some 35, 37 years ago. But
so if
it is a lot of pressure, but at the same time, there's a lot of pressure any stage of life and anything that you're involved with, whether that be your job, going to college, playing a sport. There's always pressure involved. You need to learn how to handle that adversity on a daily basis.
And I think the more that you are experiencing the competitiveness and what can come with that, also with the lack of being competitive, is Houseman will get this ball, poke a shot towards that far post, and it's misses its target. That will help you in those moments where maybe you have that self-doubt or that self-esteem issue that hopefully helps you rise above it and deal with what you have to deal with. But I just, and this ball loose, Barroso gets a good touch on it. This one put back into the box. You're going to see a bicycle attempt here as Barroso comes up with it, and he'll bring it up now for the Demize. So again, clock comes to a stop with 3:17 to go. Play it short.
Certified Lions have outshot their opposition 7-4 in this quarter. Just one goal in this quarter number 3 for Oklahoma City. They did lead 12-0 at the break.
Roxanne goes, excuse my lack of sensitivity, but we live in a dog-eat-dog world. Look at this now. Ortega with a breakaway. Looks to find an open net. Gets past the goaltender and Fuentes. And they open the scoring here with 2:42 to go in the third quarter. I'm telling you, it's commentator's curse, Dan. Every time we are getting into the second half where I go, hey, asking our producers, when was the last time there was a shutout in an MASL game? It's 2 nights in a row where without fail, about 2 minutes later, team scores a goal. By the way, the answer to that question was 2021, by the way. Ball played back to Barroso. So it's 13-1. You know, I think that there's a lot of people that share the sentiment now that, it's, go out there and fight and battle each day. As this one shot towards the near post is by Zaldivar, and he'll play it inside for Kentner. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate this mentality where, you want to go out there and fight, and that's the thing right now that I think that we talk about this a lot. It's like a missing component of a lot of the games that we see is this one fired up and it's going to deflect into the netting and clock will come to a stop with 1:43 to go. It is a missing component, Dan, this battling. And again, I do think on some level it's gotten a little better over the years. I know that there was a period of time where it was a lot worse than maybe it is now, but we are seeing, I think, a significant difference in how players manage the game and dealing with it at all different sports. I will say this much, so when it comes to heading the soccer ball, that is the rules and laws that have changed at that U12 and under have really impacted the development of heading in this country. And we're starting to see the repercussions of that now where players just don't know how to head. They're afraid to head the ball. I'm not saying that I wasn't afraid, but I knew how to head the ball at 10. And
yeah, I've seen it. I've gone out to, youth club games and high school games. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th graders out there, and they're highly skilled, moving the ball around, passing, making the right runs, but they struggle. Even taller kids that are 6-foot girls or 6'5", boys, they struggle to head the ball, and I think that is a direct result of not being able to allow and train that way at an earlier age.
Demize now in transition. Slide it up towards Zaldivar. He'll put it off the wall, off Barroso, and it just kind of sneaks in, and then it's now 14-1 with 15 seconds to go. Unlucky as Zaldivar gets his 10th goal of the season.
Certified Lions gave up a goal, and they've turned the tables and gained it back for a 14-1 advantage here late in the third quarter.
Foul was called here a moment ago. Waning moments here of this third quarter. It was 3, 2, 1, and that will bring this third quarter to an end, and it is still a big lead here in favor of the Lions. They came into this quarter, it was 12-0, and now it is 14-1. Lions lead big here by 13. We head to the fourth.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is all.
Welcome back here as we are about to get back underway, with quarter number 4. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrat. You're watching MASL 3 on the National Soccer Network. As here we go, as they're right back under pressure, and Esteban Ramirez makes it 15-1.
Ramirez finds open space, unleashes an absolute cannon of a shot to put his side up by 14 goals, 15-1 advantage, 15 seconds into the fourth quarter.
So at this point, we've officially eclipsed 30 combined goals here this weekend for both the MASL 2 and MASL 3 sides of the Lions. It was two players collide with their heads. Both go down immediately as trainers will make their way out.
Bring out the Tylenol. That was a collision. You see a certified Lions player kind of rolling around, a little bit of pain there. May have taken something to the side or the back of the head.
Doesn't get you. Roxanne Erickson says, ouch. So with 14:31 to go, that'll delay us here a little bit as the head trainer, David Potter, taking a look at the certified Lions player. Not quite sure who got that. Take a look here as having that Baltimore-Harrisburg Heat matchup. Double action here presented by Granite City. It's 9-1. There in Baltimore it was actually Esteban Ramirez, the goal scorer here, scored goal number 15 just a moment ago. Just want to put this out there. Right now, we are the only company in the country that has access to do what you just saw on the screen just there at the levels that we're talking about. It's pretty cool to think about that, right, Dan? I mean, like, nobody else can do that. Not yet.
The availability of technology and be able to use it properly.
As Torres will fire a shot low. And just like that, 16-1, Torres now has his hat trick and 10th goal of the weekend. And collectively, the teams have 32 goals.
So back-to-back nights, certified Lions scoring 16 goals, and they still have 14:06 left in this MASL 2 game. They have dominated from the opening kickoff to this point. They outshot the opposition each of the first 3 quarters.
Ball given right back to the Demize. Ball played in the box, and now Solis. Solis cuts inside. He'll go down, and referee will call a foul. So Zaldivar will stand over this one, lays it off for Navas, and that's blocked. Diallo, Zaldivar. Oh, touch save, and then Solis puts it into the open net. It's now 17-1, and the MASL 3 side has done something that the MSL 2 side could not do this week, and that scores 17 goals.
The goal was off a rebound.
When it rains, it pours.
These are Solis made sure it is raining as it pours. This has been an absolute back-to-back nights, an offensive onslaught. It's two different opponents. Certified Lions have given all of their fans every bit of reason to cheer this weekend.
So the Heartland Division, the Oklahoma City Certified Lions will finish with 7-1-1. They, coming into this game, they had 94 goals. And now have 111 goals. And have allowed just 70. It's funny they say just 70, Dan. I just 70, but what gives them a differential of plus 31 is ball loose. Chavez, ball still loose, and play back to Navas. Grantham. Zaldivar, a fire one through traffic. It's past Barroso. It's now 18-1.
They have put the pedal to the metal here today. They have not given up.
That's Zaldivar's, that's his hat trick. It's an opportunity now for the Demize, and that's going to be just outside the penalty area, and they're going to make a mistake. It's going to be inside the box. So a penalty kick coming up here for the Demize.
11:48. That ball looked like it might have been just outside the box. The referee said otherwise. Opportunity for Springfield Demize to put a second goal up on that scoreboard. They trail 18-1 at this juncture. Number 15, Jose Ortega lining up to take the PK for the visiting Springfield Demize. 11:48 left in this contest. Ortega buries it left footer inside the right post for that second goal. That is his second goal of this game for the Demize. They still trail 18-2 with 11:43 left in the quarter number 4. Both of the goals scored by Springfield have come in the second half. First goal came with 2:41 left in the third stanza. Bring it to within 13-1. Now trail 18-2. So this game is all but decided, but still plenty of time for Springfield at least to get a few more goals up on the board while they're trying to slow down this offensive machine. The Certified Lions from Oklahoma City. 16-5 winners last night. 18-2 here today for a 34-goal explosion. This is MASL 2, last MASL 3, but a lot of the same players suiting up for the Certified Lions on both of these teams. You can see they do play well together, very organized, great possession ball. They cover for each other well, but in a sport like soccer where it's all about your finishing opportunities, they have done that and more this weekend.
Ball goes out of play. Ball played deep into the corner off the boards. Tristan West will get a touch, played it back to Tair. Now back to Bruno da Silva.
Just seconds away from being inside the 10-minute mark. All but a formality here down the stretch. Oklahoma City leads, and they lead big here late in this contest, 18-2 differential. Certified Lions, they do continue to press. They do continue to maintain most of the possession in this game. Springfield Demize, just 11 players here today, so less than 2 full lines. They have kind of worn out over the course of this match. And there's a goal by Springfield. .9:31 left here in this contest. Looks like number 7, Victor Vera with the goal. Leonardo Borges with the assist in that play. There is an injured player down just inside the box. On the right side of this field. May have been a collision just off the ball right before Springfield was able to score that goal to bring it within 18-3. Can't see exactly what jersey number is down, but the trainer is out there addressing a potential injury. Both teams are just waiting to get the game back on, finish up the final 9:31 in this contest. For anyone who joined us late, it has been all Oklahoma City. They led 4-0 after the first quarter, 12-0 at the break. They have not let up. They're up 18-3 here. Again, 9:31 left in quarter number 4. And they have absolutely peppered the back line of the Springfield Demize. As As a certified Lions player kind of being helped off the pitch. Just trying to read the jersey number. That might have been Alexander Tahar. The trainer did help him off the field. We've restarted the final 9.5 minutes. The Certified Lions have picked up the possession once again. Injury timeout lasted a good 3 to 4 minutes. So we're now inside the 9 minutes left in this contest.
Ball played into Leavon. He'll put one in the back of the net, and just like that, the Demize now have 4. So 18-4 is your current score. Take him out kidding us now. Borges will cut it back. Houseman. Met by pressure from Bruno. Played back.
Springfield Demize scoring 4 goals here late. It
was Torres. 2 players getting tied up. Ortega. Now we have players coming together. Ortega had his hand on the throat of Torres.
And that's what you hate to see in not just the game of soccer, but any sport. When there is a huge differential late in the game, things get a little bit choppy, a little bit of body contact there. It turned into a shoving match. The game officials are kind of sorting this out. It did not lead to like a bench clearing brawl by any stretch, just a couple players getting tangled up, and blue card has come out. But you hate to see that at any stage of the beautiful game or any other sport for that matter.
So blue cards issued all around.
So blue card, at least 1 player from each side. But that skirmish was broken up before anything got too much out of handle.
So 8 minutes ago in this game. The ball is fired. It dips in the back of the net as Borges scores another one.
.754 left in the contest. Springfield Demize is able to put 5 goals on here late in the third quarter and into the fourth. I'll trail by 13 goals. So the Certified Lions have gone deep into their bench. They're not playing the same amount of energy as they did, especially in the first half when they built that commanding 13-0 advantage early in the third quarter. So there's another game break. Presented by Jess Slab. Still a long delay here after that game break. The officials are huddled over here on the near side. Haven't seen any more cards come out. No more blue cards here in the last couple of minutes, but there is another long delay from the action. The referees and the coaching staffs have been talking to the three-man officiating crew. Looks like the players are starting to retreat back to the pitch to finish the final 8 minutes, 7:54 to be exact. We are back underway. Once again, Dan Stickrad, the Director of News here at the Premier Media Group and the National Soccer Network. Jonathan Turner, our broadcast play-by-play announcer, stepped away here just momentarily. Should be back here in the booth in just a minute or two. Certified Lions have dominated this game from the start. Trying to work on their possession game to kind of kill off more clock. And there's another goal by the Certified Lions. Number 22, Abdou Diallo, hammering that shot home. Came off a steal from a teammate, and he was left wide open, the top of the box, to put yet another goal into the back of the net. And that pushes the Oklahoma City advantage up to 19-5, 7:11 left up on that clock. Oklahoma City just 5 shots here in the fourth quarter, but they've been able to add on 4 more goals. Conceded 4 goals here in the fourth period. There's yet another delay. The referees keep coming over to the scores table at the near side. We are back underway. 7:11 left. 19-5 is your score. Oklahoma City Certified Lions up comfortably over the Springfield Demize. They're looking to move to 7-1-1 on the 2024-25 campaign here in MASL 2. And this is a team that entered the game with the 94-69 scoring edge. They have added on to those numbers. 19 more goals here today, and still about just under 7 minutes left in this game. A chance to add on a couple more. The Demize have not given up. They are still trying to create chances late. At the same time, the Certified Lions have been able to get a lot of different players into this game. A lot of players have reached that score sheet in terms of goals and assists. So yet another turnover. 3-on-1 break by Oklahoma City. There is goal number 20. Rafael Zalvadar tucks it in to the back of the net. 20-5 advantage, 6:11 left. And just an amazing display of offensive talent this weekend in the MSL 2 and MASL 3 by the Oklahoma City Certified Lions. They have put up 36 goals combined over the last 2 days. 6 more minutes, 12 seconds left to be able to add to that grand total. That shot goes wide, and the rebound is in the back of the net as well. Looks like Michael Chavez with the rebound to put it up 21-5.
You just can't step away, Dan, for even a moment in this game. It's 21-5. I literally stepped aside. I think at that point it was 18-5. So 3 goals have come across in that time period. So much so that even our scoreboard operator hasn't actually added the goal yet. Ball switched over to this near side. And
kind of like a runaway train downhill, Jonathan. They have just been picking up steam. Relentless, unstoppable. And they've done so. There are a lot of different players up and down this roster. First string, second string, third string, even some players that don't get a ton of playing time are getting involved in the scoring act.
De Silva, maybe he'll fire one that goes low.
I think the Lions goalkeeper is probably one of the few players that hasn't picked up a point in this match.
I still think they should look into if a goalkeeper scores. They should have a goal taken off of the goals against and a goal added to the goals for. I think that should be a thing.
We talked about that at parts of the game last night. That was an MASL 2 game with the Certified Lions. They took on the New Mexico Runners in a 16-5 victory for the homestanding Oklahoma City side.
A great ball. It was Alvarez. It was Kentler. Just couldn't put it in the back of the net. Now a foul called.
Final 4:14 left. This is all but a formality. Another shot just wide of the net. So with the victory here today, Certified Lions will move to 7-1-1 on the campaign. Maintain their first place advantage in the Heartland division of the MASL 2. As Andre Fuentes made that last save for the Lions, he hasn't been called upon to make too many stops in this contest. We're getting closer and closer to the 3-minute mark. Fuentes picks up the loose ball, dishes it out to a teammate, and once again the Certified Lions back on the prowl, back on the attack. So that attempt will wide of the net and hit up into the netting. Just about 2.5 minutes. Remaining in this contest. 21-5 is your score in favor of the Oklahoma City Certified Lions. They have never trailed in this contest.
Ball loose inside the penalty area. Now Zaldivar, touch save by Barossa. Good save. Now Diallo, though, wins the ball back. Zaldivar slots it back across, and nobody there for the Lions.
Down to the 2-minute mark. The Lions just trying to burn off the final couple minutes of the game. This game was decided long ago. Just a great offensive play. His talent here today is another goal by the Certified Lions.
Solis puts that one home, and makes it 22-5.
Solis tucking it home off an Abdou Diallo assist. Here late, $1:38 left. 22-5 the advantage, so plus 17 at this point of the game.
Clock will come to a stop with 1:31 to go in the game. Now Houseman, this ball will make its way in the open net as that's Kentler getting the goal, making it now 23-5.
$23-5 advantage, just 1 minute, 18 seconds left in this MASL 2 contest here in beautiful downtown Oklahoma City. Certified Lions have taken care of business here this weekend. MASL 2 and 3 games here at the Let's Play Inc. Arena. And between these two games, there was one last night and one today. They have tucked on 39 goals overall between these two contests. Final 30 seconds up on that clock. The Lions have continued to press. Inside 20 seconds, they will walk off with another lopsided, dominating effort here in Oklahoma City. Down inside the final 10 seconds. Was that shot clinks the crossbar? That looks like all she wrote in Oklahoma City, the Let's Play Inc. Arena. Certified Lions of Oklahoma City at 23-5 victors over their visiting Springfield Demize. This game has finally come to a close. 28 combined goals here today. Oklahoma City Certified Lions moved to 7-1-1 on the season, and they had a great balanced attack with just a multitude of players getting goals and assists.
Well, that they did, Dan. 23-5, your final score. I want to thank our production crew, Brianna Turner, Bianca Silva, Zoe Turner, Nathan Turner, alongside my broadcast partner, Dan Stickrat. I'm Jonathan Turner. Thank you again for tuning in here today. More coming your way here on MASL Action the rest of the afternoon and evening. But for the rest of us, have a great rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you next time. So long, everybody.
Whether you're a beginner coach or a seasoned professional, one thing remains the same: the passion to teach and inspire the next generation of players. Now imagine a place where you could share your coaching knowledge, connect with others, and create a lasting impact. Welcome to the ultimate coaching community, where coaches from all levels can create and share their own courses. Whether you have years of experience or you're just getting started, this is your chance to make your voice heard. Create your own personalized courses, share drills, strategies, and tips, and watch as your knowledge reaches coaches from all corners of the soccer world. With a platform designed for sharing, learning, and growing, you're not just teaching the game, you're creating a community of like-minded coaches, all striving to be the best they can be. Together, we'll elevate the game and support one another to be better, stronger coaches.